Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. I am working on this collage. I'm going to add this king. And I wanted to share some thoughts with you because I'm about to share, I've shared this post and the caption reads, "The fastest way to rise in consciousness is to stop playing low conscious games." Okay, she gave a list, and it's now vulnerable. It's vulnerable, Zasra Andrea. That's my name, Andrea. But you know me by Zasra, Zasra girl, what have you, Zasra free flow. Me, Andrea, is gonna be vulnerable about where I've fallen short. I'm gonna just leave them off because I think I can read without my glasses. It's really in the finer details, like when I'm cutting or really tiny numbers at work. Okay, so number one for me was lying, and here's where it was really hard to admit this one. I've always really prided myself in being honest and speaking truth, really, and but here's where I slide, and it's the white lies. It's the ones we say aren't that important. It's the ones that it's just hard to be real, like like say you have to cancel plans with people that you've made plans with, and you are in some emotional state that doesn't really energetically, you just don't feel aligned to do the such said plan. Lately, in the last few years, that's happened to me countless times. I've just been kind of pushed into this hermit mode where I used to be a pretty social being, and I've been fighting it, and it's hard to express that and without coming off as saying to the person that somehow you're not valuable. People are valuable, and your honor and your word is something that we all should strive to fulfill all the time. But there are these times, I think, in your spiritual journey and in your walk where it makes it nearly impossible to be with other people for a time, for a season, because you're processing things, and it's exhausting and draining and hard. And my youngest was actually just talking about this. It's not all fluff, fluff, and rainbows as you're riding the consciousness wave. You're really faced with where you've fallen short, with where you've, and this goes on into the list. Cheating. Okay. Number 2 was cheating. And I've cheated in school. I remember times where I was caught cheating in school, and that was a big lesson. Or, you could add stealing. One time I stole when I was in junior high, and it was the most humiliating and traumatizing experience ever, and I never would do it again. It was a good consequence, honestly, to have to face court, to have to do community service. It was an eye-opener. It was the walk of shame down with a police officer, with your pissed off parents, dads. Ooh, both my friend and I mean, we were scared shitless because both of us had really rage-filled fathers, and so it was like, oh damn, we're in deep shit. And trust me, I never had a desire to do it again. It was the correction. And as far as like even in relationship, then let's go there. I spent all of my life really condemning my partner for his indiscretions, for being unfaithful. And then all of a sudden, guess what? My consciousness was challenged with the temptation, and I failed. And I left my marriage which was in shams. It was at once the condemner and the finger pointer, and you're an evil villain, and you're a horrid person. I became the villain. And it was a lesson that I had to go through. So I can say once in my life, I've devalued the oath, and it's been the humbling that I needed, quite frankly, because if you've never been that person, if you've never broken vows, but you've had it done to you, it is the most crippling, toxic poison to the vessel, to the spirit, to the mind. It hurts so desperately. It's the most cruel thing to do to one another when we can just use our words. When things are not in alignment anymore, we can use our words and we can leave. Okay, gossiping. Been guilty of that. I try very hard now to not partake in gossip in any kind. If I can't say it to their face, I'm not going to say it. I don't, and it's a challenge, because when everyone around you does that for entertainment, and you've witnessed it since childhood in everybody. I'm just saying everybody is guilty of this one, because we are taught to compare and compete, and when anyone is outside the box that we think is appropriate, we gossip about it, and we slander, and we judge. So I can't see one person not on that list. Okay, number 4, casual sex. I was guilty of it until marriage. And it was very unfulfilling. And then I experienced it in divorce a little. I've been pretty guarded and mostly celibate. And in relationship a few times. So then I wasn't celibate. But I was in partnership, and then that partnership fell through. Okay, so casual sex is a biggie, and it's just a leaking of our sacred energy, our life force energy. It is tempting, and everybody has been affected by it. And it's always, how are we viewing our spirit, each other's spirit within mind? That's how we just have to start walking. What is this going to serve me? Because our life force energy, our sacred sexual life force energy, it goes beyond sex, and it is all of our creativity. And so when we are leaky with it, we feel drained, exhausted, brain fogged, addicted, and other areas of low vibrations drop in. So this is a challenge to every species, male, female. We can each slip into it, and it is balancing and disciplining that desire within. We can utilize that energy in so many other creative ways. This is the challenge within mind. Okay. Betrayal of soul was number 7 on the list, and that was a big one for me. I'm not going to go expand there. I think it's very self-explanatory. 8 is trying to control others. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, this one, I've spent so much time in it, because you can kind of see the potential in people. I have so much faith and belief that we can each rise. So I give lots and lots and lots of tries, and through these tries, it's my sneaky way of trying to control. So I'm mastering this one. But it's been a hard one. But through meditation, you start to realize you can control really nothing but your own self. Your own thoughts, your own, this is where the discipline applies, right? Okay, and then, number 10, it was seeking to love outside of self. Okay, this is so big. This is what everybody's doing. This is in all things. Everything we put and go after is an attempt to fill the love hole. And so the love hole is where we were failed by lots, society conditioning, the families that we did not choose to be born into, but maybe we did. Who knows? We could go down that rabbit hole, and it's a fun one to explore. Did we choose to sign up in this vessel this time around, and for why? Some faiths believe that we incarnated in this now exactly to experience what we're experiencing. We wanted to test the fuck out of ourselves. Whether you believe that or not, doesn't matter. It's just a theory, and it's an interesting one. But we are all guilty of trying to seek love outside of ourselves. And when we learn, it's right here, and it always has been, and it always will be. This is a game changer. So, okay. Chasing fame, number 11. Well, of course, when you're seeking outside of yourself, you're looking for everything outside of yourself, and that includes fame or power was the other side of that they noted. And yeah, It's very self-explanatory. Slave to ego. That's our shadow, baby. Ego has its benefits to us, but it is mostly danger-seeking and looking to repeat patterns of justification within. Okay. It is a work. It's every day. It's every day choosing to awaken with, do unto others as I want to have done unto me. Right? That one just catches me and pulls me into a check. Right away. It grounds me. It grounds me instantaneously. Do I want others to harm this vessel? Then I cannot harm a vessel. Do I want others to slander me? No, so I cannot slander another. Do I want others to judge me? No, then I cannot judge another. That sort of thing. It's just, it's this volley back and forth. I don't want that done to me. I should not do that to you. I should not do it to you. Okay, external validation. Well, that just kind of goes back into chasing fame or seeking love outside of this. Some of this on the list are a little repetitive, I will say that, but you get the drift, and sometimes you have to keep saying it in words that will wake up to an individual. Denying original nature, number 14. Again, that is betrayal of soul. 15, tolerating abuse and mistreatment. Well, this ties into number 18, which is operating from fear and shame. When we tolerate abuse and mistreatment from another, it is because somehow we actually deem ourselves worthy of that treatment. And beloved, you're never worthy of rage. There is two kinds of rage. There is the rage in viewing the assault on the body, the collective, war, bombing of civilians, babies being bombed and killed. You can have your righteous rage there. This is the difference. But rage against a woman having her own mind and thoughts and feelings and opinion, and not being the same as yours, and you scream at the top of your lungs at your woman, and you want to control. All right, when we justify any of this type of, toxic conditioning, patriarchal poisoning, right, of another, when we try to press upon each other in a demanding, this is the way and the only way, that's abuse. That's mistreatment. When we try to confine another and box them into things and say, you must go this way or this way or this way, or else you don't belong, that is mistreatment. That is, whenever we are trying to exude our stance on another, that is mistreatment. I'm just sharing my opinion. This is my reflections. This is where I've come to connect with source energy. Great Mother, Great Father, unified within my mind, body, spirit. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Say she is crazier than a pet squirrel, or she's onto something here. I respect your views, your lens. I had the most beautiful conversation this morning with a Muslim. He asked why I shared that picture of that naked woman with the swan, and it was to be continued. A conversation that I would love to continue here, but I have to get ready for work. And I want to finish my collage, and I just wanted to share. This was such a good prompt, Zealous Sage, and I think when we start to look at our consciousness and what are we here for, it is to pass these tests. These are tests of the mind, body, spirit. These are tests from the systems, from the matrix mindset, and every day we are able to press through it and navigate through it and declare what is righteous and good and pure and honoring for this vessel and then for your vessel. You know what I'm saying? That if we can just, this light in me honors and respects the light in you. How glorious, how beautiful, how wonderful would this world be if you would just see me as the soul that is in you. seeking, but unclear, because we don't have all the answers. We never have. We never will. That is the design. And so buckle up, enjoy the ride, receive the little downloads and the love. Receive the love. Just receive it. It's a gift given to all through Great Mother. All.